just not feeling that connection. Like we mentioned, I'm just not feeling that connection.
The whole point of being in a relationship is that you need to compromise and you need to bring out the best in each other. And there are going to be points in your... Don't look away from me when I'm talking to you. There are points in your relationship where one needs to lean on the other.
Seriously, I think they might need to change producers, because what the hell is this? We had Dave all week saying he's not attracted to his wife. There's no romantic connection. And just when he makes a turn and introduces his wife to his parents, we now have TJ saying the same thing. Who is it who's coming up with the storyline that every guy in the experiment needs to say that they're not attracted to their partner? I'm so confused and my head is reeling. I am here for Ryan's friends, because Ryan has really tried his best to be on his best behavior. He's tried his best to be cordial. He's tried his best to be caring and empathetic. Yes, he is very rigid in some of the things that he does, but at the end of the day, irregardless of whatever was going on with Jacqui, he's always sort of maintained a level of respect. And so to have his friends come and drag her through the mud, oh my God, I feel sorry for Jacqui. I really do. But anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight Australia, season 12, episode 31. It's day 2 of homestays, and you know it's about to get messy. I am side-eyeing the producers about a number of things. Anyway, you have Carina and Paul, Carina the Catholic. They are at the beach. You know, she's running in a bathing suit. She's making out with Paul. And it's like, but I thought you said your parents don't want you to be intimate with someone. Why are we doing this if you're not allowed to be intimate with this man? Can we have sort of one sort of, rule? Either you're being physical with this man or you're not. Don't then preach values and whatever. Anyway, I digress because I'm repeating what I said yesterday. You have Jeff and Ree. They go to Jeff's apartment. Ree is very happy. She's already been to the apartment. She lets us know that the last time she went was nighttime, so this is the first time she's gone there during the day. They seem very relaxed and very laid back, because I think they've managed to sort of pick up on whatever issues they had in the first time round, because their biggest fear was that, the relationship would fizzle out just like it did the first time. But it seems they're growing on each other. They're really working hard to know what the other person and sort of be romantic. So I love this for them. You have Jamie and Dave. They go for a meal because Dave, is still in the doghouse, and Jamie is holding his feet to the fire because after her conversation with her sister, she's worried that this man might not still feel her the same way she feels him. So she wants to have a conversation with him and see where they stand and see if there is actually any room for growth. And he continues to say, I care about you, I care about you. Some of it, snippets were taken out. So it makes me feel like he said a lot more than we actually got to see, because Jamie hasn't really lapped up or sort of eaten whatever he's been dishing out to her. So it tells me that he must have said a lot more. He must have explained himself as to why he was behaving the way he was behaving, because Jamie has decided to give him another chance. She's decided to give this relationship a go, and she's decided to see how far they can sort of progress with their connection, which I love, that she's actually using her head and not just following her heart, because at the end of the day, if she continues to follow her heart and not her head, she will get heartbroken, and then it will be difficult for her to recover. So I love that when she realized that there was an issue, instead of just following her heart, she actually put a pause and used her head to think, is this the right thing for me, or do I need to stop and step away? And so I love that she has refused to stay with him, and she's also taken time to reflect on the relationship to see what is in her best interest. Kudos, Jamie. I love that for you. You have Jacqui and Ryan. They go to Ryan's apartment. It looks like a very nice house. He's got this setup where it's a bachelor pad. It really is a bachelor pad. I think had we walked in and there were flowers and whatever, then you'd be worried that he must have been seeing someone before the experiment. It seems like a bachelor pad. It seems like an old person's home. I give that to Jacqui. But for her to say he seems lonely, it's like, what makes you think he's lonely? The fact that he doesn't have, fancy stuff. At least he's got the shell. You can can walk in and you can decorate it to your liking at the end of the day, as long as the two of you are willing to negotiate. So the idea that Jacqui was crying that, oh, he's lonely because, you know, he's got these old people's caricatures, you know, those little tokens, the things he's collected during his travel. She saw that as a sign of him being lonely. He saw it as memories of, you know, his travels around the world. So I didn't get why Jacqui was crying and why she said, you know, you shouldn't be confident to show me this. It's like, girl, please stop. Why should he not be confident to show you that? That's his things that is collected. That's things that he loves, things that he values. So if you don't value them, that's fine. But you can't sort of criticize somebody else to say, why is he so happy when he has nothing? Well, to him, he has something. He has a home. So whoever he marries will come in and decorate the home. But at least he has the home. Does it seem like the producers are trying to look for a storyline for Beth and TJ, because Beth and TJ don't seem to have any drama by themselves? Because now we're having this, oh, TJ is not feeling me, you know, he's not attracted to me, or he's struggling with his feelings. And it's like, this is the same storyline we're getting with Jamie and Dave. Why is it two couples on the same show are having the same problem? We had the same problem with Sierra and Billy before they left. So why do we keep returning to the same storylines? Anyway, they arrived to, you know, Beth's family home. This is where they're going to be staying. They're going to be sharing a room. And they seem very comfortable about it. There's no awkwardness or any preachy as we heard before. You have Dave. Dave decides to move in with Jamie in her apartment. He comes with a stuffed animal. He seems very cheerful. I think Dave was stressed about his dad. I think that's part of it, because suddenly he's very chipper. He's very happy. He's happy-go-lucky. He's, you know, hi, I'm here. And it's like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Whoever's editing it is not sort of making a sort of coherent story, in my opinion, because one moment you have Dave sort of very sad and this is the end of the world, and then the next moment he's cheerful and he's happy, and it's like, which is it? Is he happy or is he unhappy? Does he want to leave his wife? Are you trying to sort of make us question whether, you know, he's happy and is going to say yes on decision day, or he's going to say no? Which is it? I don't quite get it. So they seem happy. They're cuddling in bed. They're in a very good space, and they're moving on. And so I love this for them, because at the end of the day, I want Jamie to be happy. So whatever makes her happy, I'm good with it. You have Ryan and Jacqui. Ryan had gone out, I assume, to run some errands. So while he's out, he's got this whiteboard in his office, and Jacqui compiles a list. Some of the things make sense, you know, like clean, wash fabrics and sheets. That makes sense. Or moving stuff back into the office, that is just her being picky. For her to say drink wine or beverage, Jacqui's just nitpicky, mop the floors, and it's like, why didn't you do it? Mow the lawn. I don't quite get it. This is the problem with Jacqui and Ryan. They're always very nitpicky, because they then sit down and have this back and forth about things that need to be done. And one thing about Ryan, I have to give him credit, he's always been very lighthearted about most situations. Apparently, his dog spends the day outside. Jacqui wants the dog inside the house. He's trying to tell her that they have a routine and he wants to stick to the routine. And it's like, I don't get it. I'm exhausted. Even my tired is tired because of Jacqui and Ryan, because they're constantly bickering. Constantly. You have Afina and Adrian. They go for a picnic. Afina is giddy. She is excited. She's happy. Whatever's happened during her homestays, she is giddy. And so she's pleased that, you know, things are working out great with her and Adrian. Adrian is talking about life after the experiment. And it's like, nah, there's an elephant in the room that we still haven't addressed. What are we going to do about Afina's child? Because at the end of the day, that is the center of her world, regardless of whether you both say yes or no on decision day. Final vows, there's still the issue of the child, and until that's addressed, we're not getting anywhere. So it's pointless to waste each other's time and continue to sort of make out like things are okay and everybody's good. I don't get it, and I don't understand why they're not addressing it, whether it's because it's being addressed and it's been edited out, or whether they've just chosen to pretend and sort of bury their heads in the sand and pretend like there's nothing going on or nothing to worry about. You have Beth sit down for a meal with her friends and TJ and her parents. And it was really awkward. It was really awkward. I think they are right to say TJ is trying to say what he feels the family want to hear. But also at the same time, it's as though, is he doing that because he doesn't have any feelings for her? Or is he doing that because he's been told what to say? He's being puppeted by somebody else, because he's asked, when this whole thing ends, is my daughter going to be heartbroken? And he's sort of couldn't come up with an answer. And it's like, TJ, just say what needs to be said. Tell them the truth. If you are not feeling her romantically, tell them, unfortunately, I have tried, but I'm not feeling her romantically. And the problem he has is, after the commitment ceremony, he went and was physically intimate with this girl. And so if you are not feeling her like that, why are you then pursuing physical intimacy with her? Why not leave her alone? Why would you think it's a great idea, Sherlock Holmes, for you to go and have sex if you're saying you're not romantically there? Which is it? You said the reason you're not having sex is because you're not romantically there. Suddenly you're having sex. Her friend was right to pull her aside and sort of have a conversation and sort of try and make sure that she's not sort of burying her head in the sand. And he was telling Beth, it seems like he's got a script that he's working from. I don't think he's being genuine. I don't think he's being authentic. You need to protect yourself. You need to be careful. And TJ, for me, came across as one of the sweetest person in the experiment, one of the sweetest guys. And it seemed like he and Beth had something very good. So the idea that things have turned left and is now in the same place as Jamie and Dave doesn't make sense to me. It's very confusing. And I don't know whether he's in that space because he's been told to do that, or because he's worried that the experiment is coming to an end and he has not yet sort of developed the feelings he was hoping to have developed by this time. So you have Jacqui and Ryan walked Ryan's dog. And Jacqui, I'm sorry to say, I try not to be judgmental. I try not to say anything that's hypercritical. But Jacqui is very immature. Jacqui is giving childish vibes, in the sense that, when you keep telling them, don't do that, and they keep trying to push your buttons and keep repeating the same action. This is what Jacqui was doing, in my opinion. The fact that Ryan told her, she wanted to hold his dog, so she led his dog, and then she was allowing it to run astray. Ryan is telling her, don't do that, because he has his reasons why he doesn't do that. And so for her to continue to try and sort of go against that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It seems like with Jacqui, if you're going to be in a relationship, it's either her way or no way at all. And so I don't get how she's going to have a successful relationship. I'm pleasantly surprised that she's in a relationship at the moment, and I'm wondering, how is that person coping with her if she is the same way that she's being edited out to be? Hopefully she's done a lot of work and she's sort of changed how she sees the world and how she sort of sees her role in a relationship, because otherwise she's going to continue to struggle. You have Beth and TJ, they go out for a meal to see, TJ's friends. I think TJ was trying to say anything that would upset Beth's family. This is why he seemed very scripted, because with his friends, he's actually very honest. And you have sort of Beth taken aback because he's telling them that he's not sure whether he's going to say yes or no on decision day. So Beth excuses them, and he tells his friends that, her parents were asking me, will she be heartbroken if the experiment ends? And the friends had to ask him that, if we're asking today, would you say yes or no? What would you say? And he's saying it's a no, because he hasn't gotten to know her enough to say yes. And for me, I have a lot of questions, because he says his grandparents were in arranged marriage, his parents were in arranged marriage. What about Beth is it that is making him question and make him think that this might not be his partner? So I have so many questions, because they seemed to be doing very well all along, and then suddenly we are being told actually they are not doing amazingly well, because there's concerns about romantic attraction and concerns about somebody being more into the partner than the other. Why haven't we heard this all this time? Why is it just now, when we're coming to the end, this is when we get to hear this? You have Rhea and Jeff. We've barely seen Rhea and Jeff. I think Rhea and Jeff have been the most peaceful couple in the experiment, because Rhea is non-confrontational and Jeff, it seems, will do anything and everything just to make Rhea happy. They are at his apartment. He gives her a key to his flat and she is giddy and happy, because obviously that means he trusts her. He's got a history with her, but it means that there's nobody else in his life that is pursuing, because why would he give her a key if he knows that she might walk in one day and find someone on there. They seem very happy. Jeff says he's already talking about life after the experiment, which makes sense because they've been doing very well. I think they're the only couple that they started off very slow, whereas others were very fast, people like Carina and Paul, and then cracks showed. Whereas these two, they haven't had any cracks show, and they've really worked very hard to be where they are. So I love this for them. Dave is really trying his best to make a very good impression because you have him take Jamie to his stepsister's house to introduce her to his dad. And I think this is because his dad has received good news because it seems his cancer, some of the tumors have shrunk and some of them are completely gone. So I think Dave was very happy. So they felt it was okay for his dad to be on camera. I loved it. I really loved it. The family was impressed by Jamie. And I love that Jamie is able to read a room. She knows when she's wrong, she'll own up. She will defend herself when she feels attacked. But to see her sat there and be respectful and supportive of Dave and not chime in or say anything, oh my God, I loved it. I really did. I thought it was very respectful of her. The family was very impressed. They really love her. They really value her. And so I hope this man puts in the effort that's needed in order to continue to win Jamie, because now he's putting in the actions. It's not just the word saying, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. The fact that he's had his dad on camera meeting Jamie means a lot. It means a lot, and I hope he understands that it means a lot to someone like Jamie, because to Jamie it shows that, he's putting in the effort. I love that she said she's ready to go back, to Sydney. She's happy, she's excited. I was really happy for Jamie. This is what homestays are meant to be about. They're meant to repair any problems you have. They're meant to show you the life that you will have with your partner once you leave the experiment. So I really loved this. I thought it was the sweetest thing ever. You have Beth and TJ sit down for a conversation, and now TJ is the one sitting there with the blank stare like Dave was last week, and it's like, I don't get it. I really don't, because why is he suddenly so confused? Because they've moved now, they're at TJ's apartment, and he's saying to her, well, I don't know whether I see a romantic spark or whether I see a future for us. And she's right to say, well, if you knew that you were still on the border, why did you have sex with me? Why did you go down that road? Because obviously for me, I assume that everything is okay. This is why we're becoming physically intimate. And so for you to turn around and say there's still that missing romantic link, I don't get it. And it's like, for him, and he says, oh, I was trying to take care of you and give you what you needed. And it's like, nah, don't do that. That's not a bad look. You've been a great guy all season. Continue to be a great guy. Don't suddenly come up with nonsense, because it's not it. This is not the TJ that we've grown to love during the experience. So the idea that suddenly he's questioning his connection and he doesn't see a future with her doesn't make sense. I think there's someone in production who likes keeping fans guessing, and this is why when couples are doing well, they'll come up with the storyline of, oh no, he's not attracted to his partner because the people are not fighting. If they were fighting, if they had anything else going on, I think we wouldn't be hearing this. But because they've been very peaceful and they've been getting along very well, suddenly we have this storyline that doesn't make sense. You have Ryan and Jacqui meet up with their friends. So her friend comes down, and then you have Ryan's friends from Meet the Family, and they came on 10 because I think Ryan, although he didn't say anything negative about the letter, he must have downloaded to his friends. And so his friends were there to defend him. They sat down with Jacqui. One of them apparently was at the Meet the Parents and had already had a back and forth with Jacqui. So this was round 2. And production, obviously, if you have a messy family member, they're going to bring that family member so that they can show out. And so they sort of asked Jacqui, apparently you wrote a feedback letter, what did you write? And Jackie's, oh, that was a while ago, I don't remember. And then they started reading word for word, sort of regurgitating what Jacqui had written in her letter. And for her to be very defensive and say, I didn't come here to be yelled at by my partner's family or friends, it doesn't make sense. I think Jacqui and Ryan knew they were never going to say yes, because neither one of them introduced the other to a family member, unless we didn't get to see their family members meet up. Because all we've seen is, actually, we didn't get a meetup at Jackie's place. So they spoke about the family, a fact that, Jacqui was saying she can't live in Ryan's house because she needs to be close to the beach. His house reminds of New Zealand. That's why she left New Zealand. So she's not going to stay there. And then they went round 2. Oh my God, it was really terrible. Ryan just sat there and just watched while his friend, the lady friend, had a back and forth with Jacqui. For Jacqui to be be defensive. I think Jacqui was used to saying whatever she wanted to say to Ryan, knowing that he wouldn't say anything disrespectful. Her friend just sat there and just watched and didn't even defend Jacqui. I think she knows who Jacqui is and she's fed up of Jacqui's nonsense. I think this is why she was just there quietly. What do I think? I think Ryan's at his wit's end. I think anyone would be at the wit's end. I'm actually surprised that Ryan has lasted this long. I am, because at this point I would have left week 2, week 3, because the constant up and down of the relationship is too much for anyone to proceed with. So I'm not surprised that, you know, they are at this point where they're having this back and forth with family members, and family members are actually questioning that, why are you still in this relationship? You need to go home. So I can't wait to see what happens at the dinner party. I know it's going to be a hot mess, and Jacqui, I know, is going to cry. I can foresee her crying because she's going to feel some type of way about the fact that this man didn't defend her when his friend was attacking her. I can't wait. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 30. Bye, guys.